Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20. And today it is under 20. I am having the taco salad and salad side that I had earlier in the week because it was so good. And I do have to use the guacamole and the salsa. I got to use them up, right? So Greg will be having, I will do like a pepper steak for him with his spread of sides, and I will have the taco salad and the salad with the lettuces. And I had to buy a supplemental organic romaine yesterday at the store, and to make all of this because I put chopped romaine on the bottom of the taco salad, and that's a good thing. My fridge is empty. I'm really shopping sanely. I still have 3 freezers that are troublesome areas because when you open them, things fall out. But I'm getting better. At least the refrigerated section is not filled with things that I won't ever eat, like the Fage yogurt and the Good Culture cottage cheese. They are totally delicious, totally fine, totally yummy, but I'm not having lunches anymore. I'm having OMAD. And when I have OMAD, 1 meal a day, ooh, say hi, Freddie. It is the big salad. Sometimes it's the big A salad, and we all know what A means now, right? Does this make my A look big? Yeah. And so I'm not having the little sides on the side. And so I was just buying these things for $2, $3 and just throwing them out. But it looked good in the cart. You know what I mean? I looked really healthy if you looked in the cart. Have any of you ever done that? Come on, raise your hand. I just want somebody to see all these healthy things that I'm buying. Like who gives a flying, right? But still, I've done it, so I'm guilty. Well, I've watched a few podcasts today. I got up a little bit earlier, and that 15 minutes means that I can do some guilty pleasuring. And my coworker, the one that I got to cover a lot of shifts for when she was out sick, we switched up our overnights so she can have a break because she was doing a double, and doubles are killers. I don't know how people do them, but that's 3 or 4 of the matrons were doing them. They come in at 4 in the afternoon and they leave at 8 in the morning with no sleeping. It's like, talk about torture chamber. How do you function the next day? So yeah, we switched it up. So I'm going to be working on the night that they play all the 600-pound lives. I died and went to heaven when she asked me. It just works. So anyway, that's the good news. So I watched a couple of podcasts, no names will be mentioned, and I see something, and I've seen it in others, but it was real obvious in this person's. And so this is what I want to talk about. And my friend was here yesterday who we chatted for 3 hours. It was a Sarah SmackDown. Rochelle, I will do a SmackDown real soon, by the way. She's been asking for a SmackDown. I do them. So I smacked her down financially. And we didn't even get into the Dunkin' Donuts choices for foods because we had enough with the financials. So we just left it at that. But after doing that and hearing her and then watching these couple of videos, I saw something that I think is worthy of a video, and it's good intentions. How many of you have good intentions? How many of you wake up? It usually gets generated, it usually gets born when you step on the scale and you're not getting the results that you want. And you get a little pouty, and you get a little, I don't want to play this anymore, and you get a little, I'm going to leave keto because it's just not working. How many of you had intentions, like a podcast or a video, before that, or like in your case, before weighing in, where you make all these plans, not unlike New Year's resolutions, and you give it a week, and it doesn't ring true, show you the results, give you what you want because you think you've been good, and so you're ready to chuck it all and walk away. It's kind of like it's like the instancy of things. I want results yesterday, not even today, not even forget next week. I want to see what I think I deserve today on the scale, because the scale will rule me after I weigh myself and I don't get my results. Even if I'm even. I mean, to me, now this could be because I'm 67. To me, being even is a win. When I was younger and not paying any attention to what I was eating, oh, I was paying attention to it, but it wasn't like it was nutritionally dense or healthy or a food plan that I was following. I paid attention to it because it was treat after carb, after sugar, after grainy, after treat, after, well, alcohol and all that stuff too. I ate what I wanted to eat because I was all that and a ham sandwich, and I didn't care. And so now, at 67, following keto for 2 years, I'm doing the do. If I get on the scale on Thursday, I weigh once a week. I listen to these people that weigh themselves every day. What the freak are they looking for? Maybe this is the SmackDown. What are they looking for? Give it a rest. Keto is a lifestyle. It's a way of eating. It's a way to heal your body from the inside out. And then all of my videos that you watch, all of the comments that the people make, it's when we start tweaking. We know we have a program. It's called Keto. For most of us, it's total carbs, under 20. For some of us, it's over, but whatever. Maybe we go from doing net carbs and having, fun things like roll-ups and things like that, and candy bars with wigs, also known as protein bars, and smoothies and shakes with dubious ingredients in them. Maybe we start eliminating that and getting down into simplifying it. Now, if you've watched my videos and you've read other people's comments, you will see that most of the older people eat very similar to me. Simple. The only time they change up is maybe getting a different type of tea, or finding a heavy whipping cream that doesn't have carrageenan in it, or maybe discovering, like when I talk about macadamia nut oil, people take the leap and invest the $10 in a tin of it from Amazon just to see what it's like. They give up commercial salad dressings. They start giving up supplements and looking for nutritionally dense foods that have those nutrients, those minerals, those vitamins in it instead. They upgrade when they can from a regular GMO vegetable to an organic, especially with lettuces, I strongly suggest. So anyway, just suggesting. And so we have patience. We're here to see the deal through. We're not going to jump keto and go out and have a standard American diet thing because the scale didn't give us what we wanted. We can't accept that we're healing, that it's a lifelong commitment that we're making. And, most older people here understand I'm doing it. I'm doing it for life. I'm healing from the inside out. And one of the things, I'm not a big believer in keto-fying something, but before you go out and have the standard American diet version that you probably were addicted to, and you probably are still addicted to, and the way we deal with addictions is manage them. How do we manage them? We don't have them a day at a time, because we're not going to keep that pilot light lit by having something carby or sugary and thinking we can handle it. An alcoholic doesn't have just 2 wine coolers to manage their alcoholism. A person that's a chronic smoker that's totally addicted to the nicotine doesn't have, oh, I'm down to 4 cigarettes. They're still addicted. They're not done yet. Okay? I'm one of those rip the Band-Aid off, deal with the withdrawal for a few days, and move on. So if you're still a scale jumper and a scale believer and it defines your entire self-esteem and life, and if you're a woman, until you get past that, one of my dearest keto community friends here was so addicted to her scale, I swear I wanted to fly out and take that scale. I told her to have her husband put it in his in his vehicle and lock it and hide his keys because she was so addicted to weighing herself. That is not the definitive part about keto. And we say it a million times here. I'm not the only one. So trust and believe. And to the younger keto community, younger meaning newer to keto, or younger meaning you've still got a metabolism that works better than ours does after 60, trust what an older keto person, not just me, might be saying. They might have the pearls of wisdom that is just what you need to hear to pull you back into keto 100%, no efforts, just I'm going to do this. I'm going to work through this. Because guess what? Life is going to give you tons and tons and tons of places where you don't think you can do it and you can cave. Now, if you're like me, and probably 98% of the people that do keto, you are used to food as your salvation, as your go-to, as your best friend, as your soother. It's just everywhere in your life. That's what you turn to. So if you're doing keto for 3 weeks and you're not getting your way, that doesn't mean go out and have something that is standard American diet. Some people carb up and some people do that, and the scale says something else the next day, and there's no gastrointestinal distress. That's fine, but what does that tell your head? Oh, I can still get away with it. Do you think an alcoholic after 3 weeks says, this isn't working for me? My ex-wife is pounding me for more child support. I'm going to drink. Does that make it better? Can you see how obvious that one is? Right? So with us doing keto, if we're not getting our way either with the scale or it's just too hard, or I've got some emotions, or I put too much on my plate, then take some of those things off your plate. So I'm back to the good intention part. Most of this would be a great smackdown, but this is the good intentions. So when you tell yourself you're going to do all these things, isn't that like the New Year's resolution where you're just going to disappoint yourself? And when you disappoint yourself, what are you going to do? You're going to overeat at it if you're like me. I'll show you. So be careful of piling too much on your plate. We call people that join AA and start talking about all the fantasy things that are going to come true, the mansion by the ocean and the perfect job and the perfect, significant other, and they're going to lose weight and they're going to stay sober for the rest of their lives. We call them 90-day wonders because usually at the end of 90 days, we don't see them anymore. So take this down a few notches if you're pig piling good intentions, because you're only going to end up disappointed when you realize that there's way too much stress in good intentions if you can't accomplish them. Keep it very, very simple, like one of my podcasts, KISS. Keep it simple. They say stupid. I say Sarah. I could say snowflake, because you are different. You're different than me. You're different than somebody that's 20. You're different than a male. If you're a female, you're different than a female if you're a male. So the whole trick in this is taking the time, trusting the process, and working on your keto. It doesn't have to be sewed up and tied with a great big red ribbon in a week, in 3 weeks, in a month. This is a way of eating. This is a lifestyle. This is why somebody like me is here. Somebody like all the other keto community video makers are here, because it is a day at a time. And we do need constant encouragement and support, because we're not getting it in the world, when you walk out your door. Sometimes we're not even getting it from the people that we share the last names with, right? So we have to count on a day at a time, that daily motivation to just get a wee bit better. And so that's why I'm here. That's why my keto community friends are here, and trust the wisdom of not only older people, but people that have stayed the course with keto, that have done it for more than a minute and a half or a week and a half, and have results to show it. When you listen to people, it's like dating. Who are you going to trust out here in the keto world? You know, if you're an overweight 43-year-old woman that's never done anything except Weight Watcher Jenny Craig Nutrisystem, and you enter into keto, you better have questions. You better need guidance. It's totally different. It's scientific. It's a way to health. It's a lifestyle. It's not until you lose the 40 pounds for summer so you can fit into the bikini that you wore before you had your 3 kids, right? So be careful. If you're a female in that situation, you know, you can listen to a man that weighs 250 that talks with his shirt off every single time so he can show you all of this. You know, take with a grain of Celtic salt or Himalayan salt. You want those minerals, not the table salt. And listen to him, but understand that your metabolism, I mean, really, what do you have in common? Except that you all have the same organs, right? What you want to find is somebody that you can identify with. That's what they say in AA. If you want a good sponsor, find somebody that you can identify with. You know, find somebody that has had a similar background to you, that has had some success in long term, don't take a day off keto. And if they're doing what has an appeal to you, what you feel you can do, latch on to them. You know, maybe do some one-on-one keto coaching. I offer it, so do a few other people. Become a client, become accountable. It works. Trust me. The clients that I've worked with are having successes. They may not be what you think your success should be, which is like, you know, a 10-pound loss in a week and a half, or you're gonna have a cheat day. No, give your body a chance. If you've been in the woods of the standard American diet for all of your life, even in smaller portions, that pilot light is still lit. Think of the alcoholic. If you've drank a little something something all your life and now you're getting sober, you can't have a little something something as a reward for not having something something. So that's the same way with the keto food plan. If you have to have something, ketofy it. Just ketofy it, but don't lose your momentum. Trust me, if you've read any of the comments that I've read just on my site alone, coming back, some are still coming back from the holidays, struggling. Do you know how hard it is to lose that 6 to 8 pounds all over again? After you've had this lit and your metabolism and your pilot light says, give me some more carbs and sugar. Right. Was it worth it? Only you can tell. But trust the process. Slow it down. Trust that you can get there. I got to maintenance, but I was 65 when I got there. Okay? So ease up, Chauncey. Foot off the gas. Slow it down. Enjoy the journey. Look out the windows, see what's going on. Do the best you can with your foods. Pay attention to every bite that you take. And you can be tweaking your keto from here to next March, and you can still find improvement. Trust me. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with a partial SmackDown. Intentions. 1 at a time, not 15 at a time. Way too much. Then you're going to get disappointed. Then you're going to, and you don't want to do that. Come on. Are you going to change it? Change it. Stick to keto. It works if you work it. No cheat days. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.